taking place, and so it's just an opportunity for them to, have, exposure to that evidence as the case is being compiled.
Can we go back to the genesis of the call? So
Mhm.
they see this male unloading stuff from a truck. Like, what's the purpose for the stop? What's the purpose for the contact there?
Understandable question. So again, their initial reason for even drawing their attention to the vehicle is because music was just blaring from the vehicle, and so their attention is drawn to that. As they get closer, they see this male who seems to be throwing things away, taking objects out of the truck and throwing them into a nearby dumpster. And then as they are observing that, then they observe that he has a gun in his possession. So it's because of the gun that they decide that they need to make contact.
Had they made contact with him before
No.
they saw the gun?
No, it was not until they actually saw that this person that was going back and forth from the truck to the dumpster had a handgun in his waistband in the back.
How did they come back here and discover that truck? I mean,
Because there's entry into the parking lot from the other side as well. So.
and so they just heard the music while they were out there,
Mhm.
the police?
And what's the difference between a subject stop and a traffic stop?
Well, so I think that initial subject or traffic stop was just a misquote, and so certainly this had nothing to do with the traffic stop. This vehicle was already stopped. The person was not driving. It was just their attempt to contact a subject who was of concern for them because of the weapon they had in their possession.
When you say developing rapport, was there any apparent mental health issue going on here?
Unknown at this time, but again, considerable conversation with this individual. I think asking him if he was a veteran, really just trying to establish rapport and just trying to get him to understand that we were really just here to help him, really just trying to to get some information, but wanted to be safe when we made contact with him.
Fair to say he never grabbed his weapon?
Not fair to say. Fair to say that he made a threatening motion towards that weapon that we knew was in the small of his back.
And so he had you could clearly see it then.
You could
right?
clearly
didn't
see
have
it,
to
yes.
Lift up his jacket or anything.
No, the officers were able to see it from a safe distance.
Does he live here?
Does not live here, but may have some association with others that do live here.
Was he outside of the vehicle at the time that you guys observed?
He was kind of going back and forth. He never was inside the vehicle, so he was kind of going back and forth, reaching into the driver's compartment, taking things out of the driver's compartment and throwing it into that dumpster that's very nearby.
Do you know what area of his body he was shot?
I believe upper body, and again, he's in surgery right now and is expected to survive.
From what you've heard and understand, how do you feel it was taken care of?
I think that I believe the officers felt a threat, and I think that they responded to that threat, and thankful that this person is going to survive. But again, yet another instance where a person has a gun, and rather than following directions and dropping the gun or allowing the officers to safely recover that gun, decides to go for that gun or threaten officers with that gun, and I think it turns into an unfortunate result.
And are there security cameras that you guys are able to?
We'll certainly be looking for that. We're not aware of any security cameras right now that have footage that'll be useful for us, but we do know that the officers had their body-worn cameras activated, and so that will be very telling as well. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You know how old he was? I think he is.
I don't, none at all, is all I know. So.